Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? If someone can message. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Junaid Ahmed. I got AIR third in UPSC 2018 CSE exam. So I have 30 minutes. So what we'll do is I'll speak for some 15-20 minutes, and I cannot take many questions here. So I'll try to take as many questions jitna time permit karega. So last 5-10 minutes mein I'll take some questions of yours. So in the starting, I'll speak for say 15-20 minutes. So basically, my topic is this cracking it amidst all odds. So the thing about UPSC is people feel about this exam that this exam is very tough, and people who are very good in academics, they can only achieve success in this exam. So I want to share my experience of this exam and what all I did to get success in this exam. So I started my preparation in 2014. I completed my graduation in that year, and then I decided that I'll go for civil services. So struggle ka I've told a lot of times how I prepared or ye sari cheezein. So today I'm not going to speak on that because field mein aane ke baad, now I'm in Bareilly, so my district training is going on. So field mein aane ke baad I've realized कि struggle सबका होता है. Everyone goes through a struggle phase जिसका जैसा struggle होता है सबका एक अपना type का होता है. So I'm not going to speak on that. I'll speak more about this exam, what this exam is. For me, see, I'm a person who is not very talented. कभी मुझे ऐसा नहीं बोला गया कि you have this talent, you can do this, you can do that. So I feel मेरे लिए talent word exist नहीं करता है. मेरे लिए जो word exist करता है that is hard work. So for me, talent, hard work, वो सारी चीजें एक ही उसमें combine हो जाती हैं. So when I started, many people said that ये exam clear करना, it's a very difficult task. You don't have good academics, so you cannot clear this exam. But I decided that I'll go for this exam. So hard work is the only thing which I had. I said to myself कि I'll give my 100% जितना भी हो सकेगा. So मैंने क्या किया कि मैंने अपना टाइम डिसाइड किया, मैंने अपने आप से प्रॉमिस किया कि मुझे ये एग्जाम क्लियर करना है. सो फर्स्ट थिंग अबाउट दिस एग्जाम इज इफ समवन फील्स कि वो उसका एकेडमिक्स बहुत अच्छा नहीं है या उसको कभी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि वो टैलेंटेड नहीं है तो वो एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं कर सकता, उसको ये फील है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. इफ यू डू जेन्युइन हार्ड वर्क, इफ यू आर ऑनेस्ट टू योरसेल्फ, यू कैन क्रैक दिस एग्जाम. दिस आई फाउंड आउट इस एग्जाम को लेकर. So the second thing of this exam is patience, and I feel patience is important in every aspect of life. कहीं भी आप जाते हो, कहीं भी आप कुछ करना चाहते हो, patience बहुत important role play करता है. For example, जैसे I feel कि हर एक इंसान अपने एक टाइम जोन में रहता है. कोई बहुत जल्दी सक्सेसफुल हो जाता है, कोई किसी को बहुत टाइम लग जाता है सक्सेस लेने में. तो अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल्स दूँ, आप लोगों के पास बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स होंगे. ज़करबर्ग या स्टीव जॉब्स, उन्होंने बहुत अर्ली एज में सक्सेस पा लिया, और एक आपके पास ऐसे भी लोग होंगे जो बहुत लेट एज में उनको सक्सेस मिला. अगर आप एग्जाम्पल्स लेना चाहें, अब्राहम लिंकन, 60 से पहले उनको कोई जानता भी नहीं था, उनका पॉलिटिकल करियर ही उसके बाद से स्टार्ट हुआ था. और भी बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग मिलेंगे जिनको सक्सेस बहुत लेट में मिली. अगर जैक मा का देखेंगे, अलीबाबा के फाउंडर, वो भी 35 के बाद ही स्टार्टेड हिज कंपनी. सो आई फील एवरीवन इज इन हिज और हर ओन टाइम जोन, जो कि वो अपने पेस के साथ चलता है. तो कभी भी अपने आप को किसी दूसरे से कंपेयर नहीं करना चाहिए कि उसको इस एज में ही हैज गॉट अ जॉब, ही इज इनटू सर्विस, या ही हैज अचीव्ड मेनी थिंग्स और मैंने कुछ अचीव नहीं किया. मे बी लाइफ ने आपके लिए कुछ बेटर रखा हो आगे चल के. तो कभी भी उस चीज़ को इस वे में नहीं देखना चाहिए कि अपनी लाइफ को आप किसी दूसरे से कंपेयर करने लगे. अपने टाइम जोन को आप अपने हिसाब से जीना चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाट आई फील. एंड इस एग्जाम का भी ऐसे ही मैंने फील किया है कि कोई ये एग्जाम को फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्लियर कर लेता है, कोई किसी को बहुत सारे अटेम्प्ट्स लग जाते हैं क्लियर करने में. सो दिस पेशेंस थिंग ना, जस्ट हैव दिस थिंग अगर आपको ये एग्जाम क्लियर करना है. एंड द थर्ड थिंग विच आई फील इज परसिवरेंस. वो ऑब्वियसली वो चाहिए होता है, क्योंकि मैंने तो ये फील किया है, मैंने फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट दिया था, मेरा प्रीलिम्स हो गया था, मेंस नहीं हुआ था, एंड देन सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में भी मेंस नहीं हुआ था, थर्ड में इंटरव्यू नहीं हुआ था, फोर्थ में रैंक आई थी बट आई डिडंट गेट आईएएस, फिफ्थ में फाइनली आई गॉट आईएएस। सो छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स पे मैं फेल हुआ हूँ, तो वहाँ पे आप अपने आप को कैसे होल्ड करते हो, दैट मैटर्स। सो परसिवरेंस इज समथिंग दैट इज वेरी वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड इन दिस एग्जाम। एंड आई कैन टेल यू, जो फेलियर्स होते हैं जितने भी आप एग्जाम को लेके हो या ओके तो लेके हो, दैट एग्जाम को लेके हो, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप उन हाउ यू सी दोज फेलियर्स। सो समवन इज सेइंग दैट आई शुड स्पीक इन इंग्लिश, सो आई ट्राई टू keep it maximum in English, because many students will be there from South India and other places who can't understand Hindi. But if you are in administration and you speak regularly Hindi, so wo mix up aa jata hai. So I'll try ke I'll speak in English most of the time. So the third thing is perseverance. So three things I've said: hard work, patience, and perseverance. I feel if a person has all these three things, he can definitely clear this exam, no matter from what background he is coming or how talented he is, he can clear this exam. And one more thing about this exam is what I feel is the starting. That is the most difficult part. Most of the confusion you will have in the starting of this exam: how to prepare, how to start, what all books you have to read, what test series you need to join. So these all kind of things will come up in the starting, and that is the most difficult part. Not only for this exam, for everything, whatever you do in life. So I say, don't fear of that beginning. Just make a push, and if you start, half the battle is won. That I can say. When I started, I didn't have any experience about this exam. मैं लिटरली बताऊं, आई जस्ट टुक अ बैग एंड मैं राजेंद्र नगर चला गया था. आई डिडंट हैव एनी रूम, नथिंग, कुछ नहीं था वहाँ पे. एंड आई जस्ट लैंडेड अप देयर, और पूरी रात में एक रूम वहाँ पे देखा, कैसे करके आई गॉट अ रूम एंड देन आई सेटल डाउन देयर. सो इफ यू डिसाइड समथिंग, गिव इट अ पुश, गिव इट अ स्टार्ट. All the other things will fall in line. This is about this exam and everything else. So this is one more important thing which I wanted to share with all the students here. And one more thing about this exam is, what I feel is, what is important is your personal growth. I'll say, don't look at this exam just as an exam or for the sake of clearing this exam. There is some element of your studies which will help you in your personal growth. So look at this exam with that perspective. See, whatever you are studying, whether it is history, geography, current affairs, or anything, there is a part of your personality which is growing, and that helps you a lot. So enjoy this phase of your personal growth. Don't take it as a burden that you have to study this much, you have to cover these many subjects. So if you will just change your perspective about things, a lot of things will fall in line. That's what I believe about personal growth. And personal growth ke related, to I'll say ke even if you achieve anything in life and you're not working on your personal growth, now your life will become very dull. Suppose I'm here, for example, I've cleared IAS, and then here after coming in the district, I feel that the normal work is very mundane. You see the files, you see the developmental work and everything. So there is an element of personal growth which I feel should happen regularly. Kabhi bhi bhi. So I started learning guitar, and I started reading more books, and I've thought that I'll do masters from somewhere in economy or some other subject which I feel I'm interested in. So these elements of personal growth should continue always, kabhi bhi aapki life mein. They should not stop. That is very important. So against all odds, if abhi tak ke liye, I'll summarize this first slide, what all I have said. For this exam, you should do hard work. That's what I feel is the most important part. You should have patience. Just remember that every person is in his or her time zone. Wait for your time to come. Aisa nahi hai. This is not the case that if you are failing, then you cannot get success. Obviously, if you are failing, then you are learning, and it's a learning curve, and you'll get something bigger. And the third is perseverance. No matter how many times you fail, it is important how you get up That's how life is. So for this exam, these three things are the most important thing. And then the starting of anything about this exam or any work you're doing, that is the most difficult part. If you just take a leave, then all the things will fall in line, that I can tell you. So never ever fear of this thing, that if you have any idea, if you have anything in your mind, just start with that thing. And now people are saying that speak in Hindi. I'm just reading the comments here. So I'll keep it in a mix of English and Hindi so that all the students who are there, they can understand. And the third thing which I talked about is personal growth. That is very important. Always have this thing in mind. पर्सनल ग्रोथ इज समथिंग जो कि आपको हमेशा आगे लेके जाएगा. स्टडीज के अलावा भी यू शुड हैव हॉबीज, यू शुड हैव थिंग्स व्हिच यू लव, एंड अपनी पर्सनालिटी को रिफाइन करते रहना चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाट आई बिलीव. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट एग्जाम. सो अभी आई एम ऑन द फील्ड. सी आई हैव जॉइंड एज अ ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर इन बरेली एंड आई एम ऑन द फील्ड. सो मुझे कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी देखने के लिए मिलती हैं या जो मैंने इस एग्जाम से सीखी हैं, which I wanted to share with you. So the second slide is about what I feel is what qualities a successful person has, a successful entrepreneur, yeah, a successful aspirant who has cleared this exam, or anyone जो भी life में successful हुआ है, उसमें कुछ qualities I feel हमेशा होती हैं. The first one is that he is original. Original means that he doesn't accept status quoism. Status quoism is चीजें जैसी चल रही हैं उसको वैसे एक्सेप्ट कर लेना. आप हमेशा किसी भी जगह जाएंगे तो एक सिस्टम कंटिन्यू रहता है. आपके पास दो ऑप्शन होते हैं, either you accept that or either you take a step to change that. So you have this option. So I believe a person who is not a status quoist, who is a non-conformist. Non-conformist is who doesn't conform to the basic ideas of society, basic ideas of a system कि ये चीजें ऐसे ही होती हैं. He becomes very successful. That's what I believe. आप किसी भी successful entrepreneur या किसी भी एक इंसान की अगर autobiography या चीजें पढ़ेंगे, you'll see this element that he's original in his ideas. He has this thing of challenging status quoism. And the second thing which I believe to be a successful person is discipline. That is the most important aspect. And I can tell you discipline is something like an inertia. You are disciplined in some aspect of life that will force you to be disciplined in certain other facets of your life. So start with very basic things. आप घर में रहते हैं तो making up your bed, making up your things, that's the first thing that you can do when you're leaving home. Yeah, you're doing things. तो छोटी छोटी चीजें होती हैं, वो डिसिप्लिन को एक इनर्शिया की तरह ट्रीट करती हैं. एक के बाद एक ये चीजें आती हैं. सो इट इज अबाउट एग्जाम ऑल्सो. इफ यू आर डिसिप्लिन इन योर स्टडीज, योर लाइफ विल बी डिसिप्लिन. दैट्स व्हाट आई बिलीव इन. सो दिस इज द सेकंड थिंग व्हिच a successful person has according to me. And the third quality which I feel is very important, and in field also I see this thing, that being humble with people and forgiveness. That is quality which most of the people don't have. They lack in this thing. So I believe that a person who is humble, who has this quality of forgiveness, he goes way ahead of other people who don't have these qualities. So people remember those. You are a public servant. People remember those bureaucrats who have these kind of qualities. So for any successful person, I believe they should have these qualities in themselves. So the time is very less, so I'm rushing it up because I have to take some questions also. In the last 10 minutes, I'll take some questions from you people. I know I cannot take many questions, but जो भी मुझे सामने आएगा, I'll try to answer those questions. So the next slide is about what experience I had in these last 2 months when I'm on the field. मैं जाता हूँ, ऑफिस में बैठता हूँ, and when I was in the academy, when I had not cleared this exam, I had different perceptions about how things work, या चीजें किस तरह से होती हैं. And when I'm on the field, I see things in a different way. And this is applicable to every field, every aspect of life. The first thing which I see is leadership. Leadership is something, कोई भी system है, a leader is someone जो कि system को active करता है. And believe me, your subordinates copy you. अगर आप active हैं, आप you are the one who can back them up, you are the one who can show them a vision, then they'll be more efficient. And if a person is there sitting on a chair जो स्टेटस कोइस्ट है या एक्टिव नहीं है, तो उनका स्टाफ या सबऑर्डिनेट्स भी उसी तरीके से बिहेव करते हैं. सो इफ यू वांट टू टेक द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ पीपल, देन यू हैव टू गिव देम a visionary leadership, these kind of things. Then only you can expect the best out of them. So the first thing is leadership. Second thing, and the most important, which I feel, is people are not able to differentiate between position and status. Believe me, position is something which you have because of your job. For example, you are an IAS, you have the authority, you have the powers of doing things. That is your position, you can do that. And status is something that comes out of respect and admiration, that I believe. So if you have a position and you don't have a status in the society, then there comes a backlash, and this happens most of the time. And so you can see in every aspect of life, you'll see people who have this status, who have this respect, who have this admiration in among the people. They can utilize their position, authority in a very good manner. So this is very important. And the third thing is, on the field which I saw, is change. What every person thinks that he'll bring change in the society. So what happens when you start a particular thing, there will be many hurdles, and when a failure comes in, मैंने भी जैसे मैं I start a project and then many failures comes in and I think that मतलब अब क्या, कैसे मैंने इतनी मेहनत करी इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए and then it is not coming up, तो ये क्या हो सकता है. So I believe that change is something, अगर आप एक person की लाइफ में 1 घंटे के लिए भी ला सकते हो, you should be proud of that thing. Never ever think that अगर आप कुछ बड़ा नहीं कर सके या तो आप छोटा भी नहीं कर सकते. So that extent of change, that is very important. So the fourth thing which I experienced in on the field is ground reality. It's very different, and believe me, sitting in office, everything looks so pretty, so good that everything is okay. But when you are on the field, when you see things with your own eyes, there is a lot of difference between these two things. So you have a lot of scope to work. You can change a lot of things. So, and fifth thing about this job, so much decision making at a very young age. I'm on the field, and I can tell you, no job in this world could give you so much of decision making power at such young age. You just enter the system and you have so much of financial and administrative power. So no job in the world can give you this much power. So if you are into this job, believe me, you have a lot to work. And in the last, I'll say that satisfaction. I mean, whatever you do, if you are into this service, civil service, I can tell you that when you come back and if you have done good to the people, you'll be very satisfied with your job. Every time, if I'm sitting in my block, there are people who come with their problems that I don't have a house, I don't have this thing, I don't have this thing. अगर आप एक को भी उस दिन resolve कर देते हो ना, you come satisfied कि आपने कुछ काम अच्छा किया है. So level of satisfaction which you get in this service, that is unparalleled. आपको that satisfaction you cannot get. Someone is asking about inflated egos. I'll say something about it also, because कहना तो नहीं चाहिए, because अभी तो you are aspirants and you don't know how the system works, but still जो मैंने experience करा वो मैंने यहाँ पे डाल दिया था. Inflated egos is like when you are into the system और आप कुछ achieve कर लेते हो, तो you start feeling that I'm above him, I'm above her, या मैं ये चीज मैं इससे बात नहीं करूंगा, मैं उससे बात नहीं करूंगा, मेरी पोजीशन ये है, मेरी पोजीशन वो है. अल्टीमेटली क्या होता है, दिस क्लैश ऑफ ईगोज कम्स इन एंड वहां पे प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होता है. सो आई बिलीव दैट फ्रॉम every single person who is into government service, in fact I'll say in a private service also, every single person, the ultimate aim is transforming the lives of people. And even if you are a secretary and if you are a person who is at the very bottom in the administrative scale, it doesn't matter. I believe I think that everyone has this job transform lives of people. So they should work in collaboration with each other. ये inflated egos जो होते हैं, these should not come. That's what I believe. And when you people will crack this exam and when you'll come into service, you'll see how these things work.